What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to tonight's stream. As always, we are live 8:45 p.m. tonight. There's loads and loads for us to get through. I could just, record one of these intros and probably just say it over and over and over again because I automatically just go on to the same motif or mode when I start the streams. But look, ladies and gents, how the hell are you? I hope you are all well. As always, I hope you're safe. I hope your families are doing well. I hope the sun is shining wherever you are. Most importantly, I hope you're all as excited as I am that the Premier League is back in action in just 6 days, ladies and gentlemen. 6 days. Obviously, the Reds aren't back in action for another 10 days, but I'll take any Premier League football at this point to kick us off. We will, of course, be covering that Manchester City game against Arsenal on Anfield agenda because it does kind of have implications for Liverpool's title push. Load of stuff for us to get through on tonight's stream. As always, let me just take a chance to welcome everybody. Thank you very much for being with us. I really appreciate it. I have, as I keep saying, this ongoing nightmare that I come on someday and there's absolutely nobody in the chat and I'm just here talking away to myself. But you guys have never let us down since day one. So thank you to each and every one of you for being here. Look, I'm going to start with some good news. The Reds stepped up their preparation today for the resumption of the Premier League, I should say, with a thumping 6-0 victory over Blackburn Rovers. The goals today were scored by Minamino, Sadio Mane, Naby Keita, Joe Matip, Kylian Hoover and young Leighton Clarkson. Absolutely fantastic preparations. Now, of course, the game wasn't televised. I've seen a few clips of it in bits and pieces, but by all accounts, it seems like Naby Keita and Takumi Minamino put in some really good performances there today. Naby Keita seems to be somebody that is catching the eye in training, somebody that's catching the eye in these little warm-up games. And loads of Liverpool fans are finally starting to see glimpses of what we all knew that Naby Keita had. And I've loved being said loads of screenshots today of people who were bigging up Naby Keita. The Echo had a piece on their side as well that Liverpool fans were really excited to see Naby starting to step up and show what he's capable of. Because nobody's really had any doubt over the guy's ability. We just hadn't yet seen the best of it at Liverpool due to injuries, maybe getting used to the league and that. But if he can put in a good end to the season now, set himself up for next season as well, again, what another fantastic player for Jurgen Klopp to be able to utilise in that Liverpool midfield. What else have we got today? On a side note, actually, Premier League referees had their first round of testing. Obviously, to me, this was a bit of a shock to see that it only started to happen so late. But the good news is that in the first round of COVID-19 testing for Premier League referees, there were no positive test results that came back, which is great news. So we know the situation with the players. I think there's been 6 or 7 rounds of testing now in the Premier League. And those numbers have been pretty low. I think 0.02% or something like that, if my memory is correct. Or maybe it's 0.2%, but it's very minimal anyway. But yeah, great to see the Reds back in action. 6-0 win. You can't read too much into that. It's just about getting minutes in the legs and getting used to being back playing at Anfield in what's going to be a very strange environment for everybody because there's going to be no fans inside the stadium, as we know. But as I said, just to recap, goals from Minamino, Mane, Keita, Matip, Kylian Hoover and young Leighton Clarkson. So fantastic for those guys to get a run out today, get minutes in their legs ahead of the Merseyside derby, which is coming up, of course, on Sunday the 21st, 7 p.m. kickoff, and it's free to air on Sky as well. So again, we aren't people who usually give Sky much credit, but we got to give them credit on this one. Putting that Merseyside derby out as free to air is absolutely class. There's loads of stuff for us to get through tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but as always, I want to give a shout out at the start to anybody that hasn't yet signed up to become a member of the channel and wanted to do so. As you can see from the image on the screen right there now, all you have to do to become a member is hit that join button. Membership's only 99p a month. What you get for your membership is all those custom emojis that you can see there in the image, the badges as well, and of course you get access to the Anfield Agenda Discord group. And if you're already a member and you haven't joined the Discord group, check out the community tab on our YouTube page and it'll be in there if you are a member. David Haas, thank you very much for the super chat, mate, or David the Haas I should say. First one of the night apart from Joanne's super sticker, which of course she always does before we start. Thank you for that, Joanne, as well. Look, there's loads and loads and loads of news to get through, so I'm going to go through it and then I'm going to dip back into the chat. This is the new format of the way we're doing the show. First 15-20 minutes, I'll go through the news and then we'll dip straight into the chat as well. Right, so let me move on to the next one, and this is the big one of the night, ladies and gentlemen, so strap yourselves in. This is the sexy one. Right, let me just get this. Right, there we go. Jadon Sancho. I know this probably seems a little bit far-fetched to some Reds. Bear with me, I'm going to go through it in detail. So, the Express have reported that Liverpool's stance on not signing Timo Werner could be a smokescreen. Now, who doesn't love a fucking smokescreen? We all love a smokescreen. To make a move for Jadon Sancho or Kai Havertz. As we've previously reported on the channel here, it looks like the African Cup of Nations is not going to take place in January and could well be pushed back until 2022, which means that the Reds won't be under as much pressure to perhaps look to bring in a forward for cover for Sadio, Bobby and Mo. Well, obviously it wouldn't be for Firmino, but for Sadio and Mo, who would have been going off to the AFCON, and heaven forbid then if Bobby Firmino picked up an injury, we'd kind of be up shit creek. But the good news is that AFCON looks like it's going to be moved, which then means that the club aren't under as much pressure. Now, I've read a load of articles on this today, a lot of them very well written, a lot of them spelling out exactly why we're probably going to have a quiet summer, but that there could be a bumper transfer window ahead the following summer. I just want to read you out this piece from the Express. It says, under Michael Edwards, Liverpool have never been one to commence a bidding war. That's why they've never considered finding a way to rival Chelsea for Werner once the Blues made their move. Now the pressure has been eased on Liverpool and supporters do not expect to make any signings. The club can now move stealthily to find a package to satisfy Dortmund or Leverkusen should they want Sancho or Havertz further down the line. FSG will want to satisfy Klopp after the disappointment of missing out on Werner. There you go. I mean, I'm all for that, ladies and gentlemen. It's difficult because we all want Liverpool to strengthen. We're probably going to see Chelsea go out and try and add some more bodies, obviously, because they have some of that FFP money that they had saved up. But there is some logic to this. This summer could be a bit of a strange one. Clubs could end up spending money that they haven't got, and it looks like Liverpool's owners are going to try and sit back, see how this window unfolds, and then start making their move next year for whoever it might be, whether it be Sancho, whether it be Kai Havertz, whether it be whoever. It looks like that this summer, unless we move some players on, it could be a fairly quiet one now. Again, don't shoot the messenger on this, ladies and gents. This is just me reading out this piece from the article. And I've read a few other articles as well that seem to be suggesting the same thing. So, I don't know. Wait and see what happens. Welcome, Captain Clune, by the way. Newest member to Anfield Agenda FC. Great to have you with us. So I've thought about this. And we need a name, don't we? Like, we need a name. And I can't think of a name yet for what we could call our little membership. But what we have come up with is the process of converting people into Anfield Agenda members. I think we should call it agendification. Sounds pretty good to me, so that's what I'm going to do. Everybody who becomes a member is going to go through a process called agendification. Don't know what the fuck that entails, but let's just pretend that I cast some hocus pocus magic spell and you're all agendified. Works for me. Hope it works for you. Anyway, give me your thoughts on that one in the comments and I will get back to it a little bit later on. But yeah, is it a smoke screen? The fact that we missed out on Timo Werner? Have we got a move plotted maybe for Jadon Sancho or Kai Havertz? Again, I want to turn your attention to what I spoke about last night. Jan Agafjortov quote tweeted somebody that suggested that Liverpool could well be hanging off to make a move for Jadon Sancho if he would be willing to stay at Dortmund for another season. Jan Agafjortov went on to say that that's not as unusual in the Bundesliga, that these type of deals are done a year or so in advance. Now, of course, we know that only too well, having gone and got Naby Keita and brought him to Liverpool, so we'll have to wait and see. Again, I've no idea if it's true, if it's bullshit. I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. I'm just presenting you guys the news as I find it, and you guys can take from it whatever you will. Just a smoke screen for me, said Al Mitch. I fucking love a smoke screen, Al. Do you know what I mean? Smoke and mirrors, all that jazz. Anything that allows us to use the phrase smoke screen, that's pretty good with me. Again, just a reminder that Manchester City's Court of Arbitration for Sport hearing finished yesterday, and it looks like that's going to be announced in the first half of July about whether that appeal from a European ban has been successful or not. Again, we'll have to wait and see. Justin Merrifield, mate, welcome. Another member to Anfield Agenda FC. You guys are absolutely knocking it out of the park today. Thank you. I think in the last couple of days we've had more membership sign-ups than in the previous month. So welcome to everybody that joins the channel. And make sure you jump into that Discord group as well, because it's heating up in there. It's starting to fill up as well, which is great. Really appreciate your support on the channel. I know 99p a month probably doesn't seem like a lot, but it means the world to a small little channel like ours. So thank you very much to Justin and to everybody else that signed up as well. Welcome to the family. And again, look at the chat right now. This is why we have the best Liverpool community on the internet, full stop. You're just full of lovely people. So welcome to the newest members on the channel as well. Loads of other stuff to talk about. Most of it's going to be quite positive and quite upbeat, but brace yourselves in, because the Everton fans are at it again, ladies and gentlemen. They are at it again. Let me just pull up this image for you. Right, where are we? Right, there we go. Right, now, you might not be able to read this from where you are, but I'm going to read it for you. This is shithousery, scumbaggery. I don't know. It's just Everton fans at their most Everton fanniest. So let's just go through this. I'll talk you through what this says. Sit back, strap yourself in, because I'm trying to be calm about how I say this, but it just shows these fuckers up for what they are. You know the name that they are. I don't like to use it because some other fan channels get a little bit upset if Craig says something about a particular name. So I'm just going to sit back and be my big ball baby self and read you out these comments. Right, so it's about a mass gathering at the derby, and it comes from an Everton fan forum. And it says, well, who's up for it? Surely 20 to 30,000 of us will turn up and it'll get cancelled, thus denying the wall botherers the title at the Old Lady. Now, there will be some people that don't understand the significance of the phrase, the wall botherers. It reflects on Heysel, or refers to Heysel, ladies and gentlemen. It is fucking sickening that these sad bastards have tried to... Like, it's not going to come off because, like, 20 or 30,000 Evertonians aren't going to show up. But it still shows you how horrible these fuckers are. That they're there trying to get a group of people together to show up their own fucking city, first and foremost. Because, let's be fair, Liverpool as a city has gone through enough vilification over the years. So, Everton fans stepping up now just to show what a bunch of absolute fucking cretins some of them are. Because there are some nice Evertonians as well, to be fair. But yeah, I can't believe this. I can't believe the Heysel comment as well in there. It's just, it's sickening, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely sickening. Whatever they say, they're fucking obsessed with us. And I just don't get it. As I said, I get a lot of grief from Everton fans. They call me everything under the sun. Call me whatever you want. But you fuckers are disgusting. Imagine coming up with that shit right there. Imagine trying to get 20 or 30,000 fans. Well, you can barely get that amount inside the fucking stadium. Anyway, do you know what I mean? You're selling half-season tickets at times because you can't sell out Goodison. But we'll push that aside for 1 second and just stick to the fact that you're trying to show up your own goddamn city. A beautiful city filled with wonderful people. For what? We're going to win the title anyway. If we win out of your gaff, it's just, doesn't really make too much of a difference because we're going to win it one way or the other. But the fact that you clowns are trying to get this shit organised to come and make a show of Liverpool, what, you think that the police won't just arrest all your asses and send you home? You think 20 or 30,000 of you are just going to show up and nobody's going to fucking notice and they're going to cancel the game? Seriously? Come on. It's an absolute shambles. You're a disgrace to your city. I don't even know what else to say. And again, this is not all Everton fans. I do not want to just put them all in one big bubble and just, tear them all with the same brush. But there's enough of them. There's enough of them that I'm seeing this type of shit over and over again. Just accept that we're the bigger club in the city. Just accept it. And I know people are going to go, look, very funny fucking Scouse accent. I get all that. I know your little xenophobic jokes. I know that you think that unless you fell out of your mother's gi inside a Liverpool postcode, you've got no right to support anybody in the city. I get it. So before you come at me with all your fucking par-baked bullshit ideas, I've heard them all before. Just keep dreaming about your fucking Bramley apple pie in the sky stadium and look at all those lovely fucking graphic images that keep getting put up before a brick is even laid in the fucking place. Concentrate on your own club. You're spending a load of fucking money bringing in players. Your wage bill, I think, is at something like 85% of your turnover. Just keep an eye on your own fucking gaff and let us worry about the big shit like winning leagues, European Club World Cups, Super Cups, all that type of shit. Just leave that to the big boys, and the Mersey billionaires can go and try and organise their little fucking meet and greets, whatever you want to do. Well, I promise you one thing I can promise you on behalf of all Liverpool fans is, when we get that Premier League trophy, we'll show it to you. Because I know it isn't quite a cuckoo clock. I get it. I know it's not a cuckoo clock, but we will show you the Premier League trophy just to show you what it looks like. It'll be shiny, it'll be big. I know you're not used to seeing cups and stuff like that, but hey, just bear with us and you keep being you. You just keep being you and we'll just keep being us, which is winning shit. So again, it is what it is. I hope we go there and absolutely fucking smash them, because they're clowns. Absolute fucking clowns. They said, not true, Toffees, we shouldn't tar everyone with the same brush. I literally fucking just said, don't tar everybody with the same brush, pal. I literally just said it. So there you go. One of our own coming in to have a pop. It's a fucking Everton website, is it not, mate? Is it not an Everton website? Is it not Evertonians in that website posting and talking about it? You even have to log in, as you can see. You have to become a member to get full access to it. So there you go. Everton fans at their most Evertonianist. Oh, just gotta stop. I gotta stop, because their insignificance bothers me too much for how insignificant they are. And I can feel the fume. I can hear the little keyboard warriors click, click, click. And now I can see those clowns over at Toffee TV as well, having their little rant. Look at this big Irish baby talking again. Let me just reiterate my stance on Toffee TV. Fuck you. That is my stance on Toffee TV. Fuck you. Right, let me move on. Let me move on to some positive, uplifting stuff, because the day of reckoning is going to come when they're just going to have to watch us all celebrate lifting our Premier League title. So, again, I just want to reiterate, because I know a lot of you guys didn't hear about this, and I've been holding off on it for a while, but they did make a little video about me, Toffee TV, just calling me everything under the sun. And I've bitten my tongue about it, because, quite frankly, they're irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, but I just wanted to address it. I just wanted to touch on the camera to show, you might belittle me all you want, but this is your own fucking fan base, pal. Actually, there's two of them clowns, isn't there? Yeah, this is your own fucking fan base, mate. So rather than have a pop at me because, you know, I don't understand what the word bitter means, I kinda do, mate. I kinda do. And, you know what I mean? There you are right there, showing yourselves up again. So, again, I want to reiterate, just from the bottom of my little Irish bald baby heart, fuck Toffee TV. Fuck them. Fuck them to high heaven. Now, let's move on to some more positive stuff. Right, here we go. Doom, doom, doom. Where are we? Right, let me get that image up. Right, let me move on. Bum, bum, bum. Everton who? Exactly. Anyway, more to talk about. Leon sporting director Jorginho. Now, not the Jorginho that plays for Manchester City, nor is it the Jorginho, I believe, that used to play for Middlesbrough. It's a different Jorginho. But he has been talking about a player that Liverpool have been interested in. So let me just get that image up for you guys. There he is. Houssem. So Leon sporting director Jorginho was talking about the future of a couple of their players, including reported Reds target Houssem. He said Moussa Dembele and Houssem are among the players on a team, but they're different cases. Houssem is trained here. He's been there for a long time. He brings us the technical touch that is needed in the middle. But we know that most young players trained here, and Houssem is a talent the club have left at one time or another. The president will decide. If we receive proposals, he will analyse. He's an important player. So again, this is somebody that Dave Maddox said, and a few other Liverpool Liverpool-centric journalists, I should say, have spoken about. And I'd love Houssem to come to Liverpool. I've made no bones about it. Himself and Timo Werner were right up the top of my list of Liverpool's potential targets. But look, we'll have to wait and see on this one. The rumoured fee that I'd seen was around 40 million quid, ladies and gents. Again, from what I've read though, it does look like it's going to be a quiet summer. But look, hey, you never know. If we move on a few players, maybe we'll go out there and have a little word with Jean-Michel Aulas at Lyon and see if we can't get Houssem in. And look, we'll have to wait and see. Right, loads more to get through. So I'm going to keep going with the news, ladies and gentlemen, because there is more. What have we got? Oh, yes, the Echo. So let me just get this image back up. Right, so the Echo report that talks are underway over how best to start allowing supporters back into Premier League grounds, although it'll be some time before the government gives the green light for this to happen. Now, nobody knows yet how this will happen, how fans will get back into stadiums, but one thing that's possible and that authorities might have a look at is they might follow the Russian model of allowing a 10% capacity, but we'll have to wait and see what the future holds. But that is, I believe, what's happening in Russia. So let's say, for instance, 54,000 people inside Anfield, so 5,400 people would be allowed into the stadium, one seat in every 10. It would be a bit weird, I'm not going to lie about it, but, you know, if it's a staggered way back to fans being inside stadiums, we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure you guys have probably read more on this, and I'm sure more stuff will come out as the science and stuff develops, as testing can ramp up, and maybe, hopefully, sooner rather than later, we get a vaccine as well. But it is important that making any of these decisions, everybody's safety is taken into consideration, because nobody wants anybody to be put in an environment that's going to risk them, particularly going to a football game, which should be entertaining. So yeah, look, I'll leave it at that anyway. Just another thing I wanted to bring to your attention. And finally then, FIFA has announced that leagues will be allowed to open up their transfer windows before the current season ends. They also made a temporary rule change that will allow players to play for up to 3 clubs in one season rather than the current 2-club rule. And that is, of course, because it's a little bit disjointed the way things are. Players' contracts, some of them are getting little extensions, some of them aren't. So as an example, Adam Lallana has signed an extension with Liverpool to keep him on to the end of the season, whereas Nathaniel Klein, it appears, is training on his own, and when his contract runs out in June, he'll be free to go and sign for another club. Somebody there will get a good player, by the way. Nathaniel Klein's still only 28 years of age, so somebody there will get a very good free transfer indeed if they go in for Kleiny. So again, that's pretty much the news, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. We're going to keep going, obviously. We've loads more to get through. I'm going to go into the chat and see how everybody's feeling. But again, we're going to be doing a La Liga game on Saturday night. We're going to be covering Mallorca versus Barcelona. And where we're going to be covering that is, of course, on here, but also on our second home, which is Hot Mic. As you can see on the screen there now, we do have a Hot Mic image up. You can download it from the App Store or the Google Play Store. It is completely free to download. It's completely free to use. Anybody that's used the app for watch-alongs sees what it's fantastic, what it's made for. It is made for live fan content. It allows you to sync up my commentary, or Mark Goldbridge's commentary, or Lee Gunner's commentary, or Claude Nabance's commentary, or the Anfield Raps commentary, Redmen TV's commentary, whoever your favourite broadcaster is that's on the app, and everybody I've listed there are on the Hot Mic app. So go over, check it out. If you want to use the sign-up code to help us out, use the code Anfield that you can see on the screen there. All capital letters. That is actually important. It is case sensitive. So yeah, please do go over and download that app, because we're getting really close to another milestone on there, ladies and gents. We're very close to 2,000 followers on Hot Mic. And when we get there, we're going to give away a £50 Amazon gift card as a little thank you to you guys for your ongoing support. So again, we're going to be doing the Barcelona game on Saturday. Then we're going to be doing the Manchester City versus Arsenal game on Wednesday. And then, of course, the Reds game against Everton on Sunday as well, along with many more along the way. So, yeah, please do download that app. There is a link directly in the description, but if you want to just go onto your app store, whether it's the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, just search Hot Mic, HOTMIC, as well as being able to sync up my match commentary direct to your television or mobile device or your Bluetooth sound bar or speaker or whatever it might be. There are some other cool features on there as well, like they play an ambient crowd noise throughout the background, so our commentary would be have crowd noise pumped in behind it as well, which they were actually doing before football is going to be played behind closed doors. And I know Sky, BT and the likes of it, I think they're going to be using FIFA 20 commentary on those ones. But yeah, that's just another cool function on Hot Mic. And look, it helps us out massively from a financial standpoint as well, because it's a free app to use, it's a free app to sign up to, but if you do sign up and use our code, we do of course get a little financial incentive, which helps us keep the lights on and stuff like that. So if you want to do us a favour without having to put your hand in your pocket, just go over to Hot Mic, download that app, put in the code Anfield as your welcome or sign up code, and then give us a follow on there as well. And we hope to see you over there for many, many games to come. Right, I'm going to leave that up on the screen for a minute anyway. All right, let me get straight into the chat now, because I've gone through my news. So the floor is yours, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever you want to talk about, any questions that you have, whack them into the chat there. And I'm going to just do my best to relax and calm down. I promised myself no rant tonight. I promised myself no rant, but that Everton thing really did get to me. I just don't see how you would want to belittle your own city like that. I mean, you're all quick enough to belittle us from not being from the city, but then you're trying to make a mockery of your own fucking city. It's just not a good look, really, to be honest. And look, I know I'm going to get fume over this, but I really couldn't give a fuck about getting fume. I live my whole life with getting fume from people on social media, because I have the balls to say what's on my mind and not hide behind a fucking voiceless keyboard and just sit there with a fake name. I say what's on my mind. If people don't like it, they know where the door is. If they do like it, brilliant. Welcome to the family. Timo coming to Chelsea, yes. It looks like a consistent loser. Sorry, I'm not slagging somebody. That is actually the guy's name. It looks like he's gone to Chelsea. Yes, it looks like Frank Lampard was spending a lot of time calling Timo Werner, and has convinced them to go there by the looks of it. So yeah, there you go. Right, let me get some more stuff. Joanne said Newlon Voider for a super chat. Thank you very much, Joanne. Let me get Newlon out there for a little boogie. Look at him. Go on. He's delighted with himself that the Premier League's back. Go on. This is just for Joanne. Go on. Go on. Go on. Look at him. He has been partying, ladies and gentlemen, for a long time now. I don't know how he gets the energy from. Look at him go, little dude. Go on, son. Go on. Go on. Can't do the Hendo Shuffle though, Newlon, can you? Gonna have to teach yourself that one, mate, before Hendo lifts that Premier League title aloft above his beautiful head. Right, Newlon, time to go back to sleep, mate. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you to everybody else. Craig, why I love you, man? I don't know, Al. You just love me because I'm a lovable old scamp, haven't I? Anybody else wants to sign up, by the way, and go through the agendification process to become a member, you know what to do. Just like it says on the screen right there now. Hit that join button. Looking forward to Kate and Minamino, said Reactor Sincere. Yes, as am I, mate. I'm very much looking forward to seeing both of them and see how they end the season. Liverpool Legend said, I would have loved Werner, but I really like Sancho. I mean, look, I'm not going to lie about it. Timo Werner is definitely somebody who I hope to come to Liverpool Football Club. And when I'd heard that he was going to Chelsea, it was a bit of a kick in the nuts. I'm not going to come on here and be two-faced about it. But if we do have to play the waiting game and Klopp is back to the tune of a Jadon Sancho or a Kai Havertz or a Houssem Aouar, that'll be an excellent signing, even if it is in the long term. I asked you guys this last night and I'd love to know your thoughts on it again. Would you be happy if we did have a quiet summer this summer and we had got a deal for Houssem Aouar, Jadon Sancho or Kai Havertz tied up for the following season, but it was all agreed, signed, sealed and delivered beforehand? Again, love to know your thoughts on that. I did actually do my all-time Liverpool 11, by the way, because somebody asked me about this and I told them that I had to just take time to write it down. So somebody remind me to do that in a few minutes. I haven't got an image for it on the screen, but I have done out the all-time 11 that, my all-time 11 anyway. Bless Bear said, Craig, thoughts on Raul Jimenez? He's a very good player. The last that I'd seen, he'd been linked with a move to both Atletico Madrid, I think, and Manchester United. Now, where he ends up, I honestly haven't got a clue. But he's a very good player. Without a shot of a doubt, he is a very, very good player. Do you think Arsenal could beat Manchester City, said Domestic Butler? How are you, Carl, by the way? Please do pass on our best to your good lady wife, Julie, as well. Not really. No, I'm not holding out much hope that they go there and beat Manchester City. Which is what shocked me about the Everton fan post as well, by the way. It's very unlikely that Arsenal are going to go to the Etihad and beat City, so it's pretty much unlikely that we're going to win the title at Goodison as well, but you never know, stranger things have happened. I'd be happy with that, said Ben Washbrook. Just do me a favour, ladies and gents, by the way. I know people are eager to get their comments read out, and I promise you, I try to get through as many of them as possible, but I also don't want you guys to get kicked off our channel by our mods for spamming. So if you are going to try and put in a comment, please leave it a minute or two before you repeat the comment, because I don't want anybody to get kicked out by our mods, because I understand wholeheartedly that people want to get a question answered, and I promise you I'll try and do my best to get through as many of them as I can. Let me just throw in another Fuck Toffee TV as well. Can I get an amen? I think I got an amen there. What have we got? What a surprise, a player linked to Manchester United, to Leon Kahn. Werner could be like a new signing, nothing to do with Chelsea for 2 years and then become a legend at Liverpool. So if Arsenal draw with City, could we win the title at Goodison? No, it's got to be a 6-point swing, mate. So we'd need them to beat Manchester City. Amen. There you go. I've got a few amens. Thank you. I was hoping that you guys wouldn't let me down. Well in. Did anybody see the post about Mohamed Salah paying for everybody's petrol at Sainsbury's today? I did, Yusuf. Connor sent me a screenshot of it. I think Dejan Lovren posted up about it. And he said, look, it's great, mate. Fair play to you for going and paying for everybody's petrol, but would you ever get the fucking coffees in? Do you know what I mean? I think he was calling Mo Salah a bit of a Thai fella, to be fair. But look, that's pretty generous for me. And I know Mo Salah does a lot of great charity work as well. And look, of course, Lovren was just on a wind up there. Craig, I'm 18 thinking of getting a tattoo. Do I think it's a good idea? Mate, I would never ever try and steer anybody for or against getting ink. It's completely up to you, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I don't want to step on your parents' toes, so that is not a conversation that I'm the right person to be having with you, pal. That's a personal decision. What I will say is just be aware that if you do get something, it is permanent, so make sure you're happy with it. But other than that, it's just your own decision to make, pal. Who's your favourite youngster in Liverpool's team right now? Said VPL FIFA Custom Tactics. Well, it says System Tactics. I don't know if you know that your thing is spelled wrong, mate, or if that's done if it's done intentionally, I should say. Excuse me. Who's my favourite young Liverpool player? It's Curtis Jones, Kiana Hoover, Sepp Vandenberg. Who else we got? Harvey Elliott, Raheem Brewster, Neco Williams. It's very difficult to pick one from those. I probably lean towards Curtis Jones just because I love that attitude from him. I love how confident he is in his own ability, and how well adjusted he seems to be, and how calm and how balanced and just how, what's the phrase I'm looking for here? Mature. Yeah, I suppose how mature he is for somebody of his age, because when I was his age, fuck me, I'd shit myself. There's no way I could be as mature as he was, but probably Curtis Jones. But look, I love all of our young players that are coming through. Harvey Elliott's going to be an absolute baller. Kiana Hoover looks absolutely class as well. We know how much we all think of Raheem Brewster. Neco Williams looks like he is Trent's backup at right back for a long time to come. So, yeah, fair play. Right, I did say that I wanted to do a couple of things. The all-time 11. Right, let me go through that as well. Joanne, thank you very much for the update on Hot Mike. She is our official Hot Mike counter-upperer. We're just 64, and I didn't miss-say counter-upperer, by the way. That's the title that we gave Joanne. And we are only 64 people away from getting to 2,000 followers on Hot Mike, so you know what to do, ladies and gents. Link in the description. Use the code Anfield. Right, let me just get my phone here so I can go through my all-time Liverpool 11. And let me know your opinions on this. Now, there is a bit of a caveat to what I'm about to say. So, this all-time Liverpool 11 is just a Liverpool 11 that I have personally watched play. So there won't be a Kenny Dalglish, there won't be an Alan Hansen, there won't be a Graham Souness, because I didn't get to see those players play. That was before my time. So what I tried to do here was just give you an 11 from Liverpool players that I've had the pleasure of watching during my time as a Liverpool fan since the age of 8 or 9. So bear that in mind, because I know a lot of people are going to be going, what? No Dalglish? No Graham Souness? I know, I didn't get to watch them, so it's not really fair that I put them into my team. But the hardest decision I probably had to make on this one, ladies and gentlemen, was the goalkeeper. And I've gone for a 4-3-3 system, although it's very fucking attack-minded, I'm not going to lie. And the hardest decision I had to make was on the goalkeeper. And the decision that I went with probably is going to shock a few fans. Everybody's probably expecting me to say Alisson Becker, but it's not who I've gone with for my goalkeeper. I've gone for Pepe Reina, because Pepe Reina's impact when he came to Liverpool can't be understated. He was one of the first sweeper keepers that I remember seeing after Manuel Neuer. He was breaking clean sheet records for fun, and he had the reflexes of a cat. I absolutely loved Pepe Reina when he was here. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Alisson Becker, and if this question was asked in 2 years' time, I'm sure the answer would be Alisson Becker. But because of the prolonged period of how good Pepe Reina was when he came in, I know towards the end of his Liverpool career he wasn't the same player, I can't deny that. But for me, I've gone for Pepe Reina in goal as well, because I think it would be a bit of a cop-out to just go with all current players. So I've gone for Pepe Reina in goal. Now, my back four: right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Other people that I flirted with there, of course, Steve Finnan, Rob Jones, two other fantastic right backs that we've had at the club. But I've gone for Trent because the dude's just smashing records left, right and centre. My centre back pairing, I've gone for Virgil van Dijk, of course. And again, another tough decision. I've gone for Big Sammy Hyypiä, because he was absolutely phenomenal during his time at Liverpool. Very difficult to leave out Jamie Carragher. Very difficult to not be talking about Daniel Agger and stuff as well. But I just couldn't look past Big Sammy. Big Sammy and Virgil van Dijk as our centre-back pairing. I'm not joking, I often sit back and think about how good those two dudes would have been playing together. So Trent at right back, Van Dijk and Big Sammy Hyypiä as my centre backs, and of course left back. It was a pretty easy decision, to be fair. It's Andy Robertson, because it's one position that we've kind of struggled with during my time supporting Liverpool. We've had some decent left backs over the years, certainly, but I think Robertson is the best of the bunch. So that's my back five. Now into the midfield trio. I've gone for Jordan Henderson, and I know a lot of people are going to say, you what now? You who? What? Yes, I've gone for Jordan Henderson because I don't think that you can underplay his role as a Liverpool captain and the period of success that he has captained us through. So he's lifted a European Cup, he's lifted a Super Cup, he's lifted a Club World Cup, he's about to lift their first league title in 30 years. So you might not agree with me, but I want Henderson in my team. If I'm going out there onto that pitch to put my life on the line, to go out there and play my damn heart out, I want Jordan Henderson on that pitch with me. So I've gone for Jordan Henderson in midfield. I've gone for obviously Steven Gerrard in midfield. I'm not an idiot. Stevie G has to be in there. And my last one is going to upset Brian Morrissey because I can already hear him screaming Xabi Alonso at me. No, I've gone for John Barnes. I did tell you that this was going to be an attacking lineup, and I've gone for John Barnes as my third midfielder because I kind of wanted to cheat a little bit rather than go for a 4-4-2. I've gone for a 3 in midfield, so I've gone for Jordan Henderson, Stevie G and John Barnes as my midfield 3. Then up front, again, really tough decisions. I've gone for a front 3. I don't really have positions in mind. They're all pretty much just attackers. So Ian Rush obviously has to be in there. My favourite Liverpool player of all time, of course, has to be in there as well, Robbie Fowler. And the last person I've gone for is Luis Suarez, because I absolutely think Luis Suarez was one of the most gifted footballers I've ever had the pleasure of seeing play the game live. The man was a machine in Liverpool. So difficult to leave out Torres. You could probably make an argument for Michael Owen, even though he's not one of my favourite players. Steve McManaman, very difficult to leave him out as well. But just to recap, the team that I've gone for: Pepe Reina, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson, Sami Hyypiä, Virgil van Dijk, Jordan Henderson, Steven Gerrard, John Barnes, Ian Rush, Robbie Fowler and Luis Suarez. That's the 11 that I've gone with for my all-time 11. So yeah, there you go. That's my 11. Now again, just for people coming in late, the reason that I've picked that 11 is it has to be an 11 that I've watched, and 11 that I've seen during my time. So I didn't get to see Kenny, I didn't get to see Souness, I didn't get to see Alan Hansen, the likes of that. So that's my 11. Love to know your thoughts on it. Any changes that you'd like to make as well. I know people, I can already see it in the chat there. How about Salah? It was difficult, but I mean, look at the front 3 that I've gone with: Ian Rush, Robbie Fowler, and then I've gone for Luis Suarez, who was a sensation when he was here. And it was difficult to leave out Mohamed Salah. It was difficult to not talk about Fernando Torres as well. But you know, it's my 11, so that's the 3 that I've gone with up front anyway. Right, back to the comments. What have we got? All-time Liverpool 11, Leon's gone for Karius, Enrique, Lovren, Sacco, Kleiny, Joe Allen, Lucas Leiva. Hang on now. I know this is a take the piss 11, but fuck off slagging off Lucas Leiva, because I absolutely love Lucas Leiva. So you put Keita in there as well. Keita's going to be an absolute baller, Leon, so that's going to come back to haunt you massively, pal. Markovic, Balotelli and Alberto Moreno. I can't argue with most of them, but I do take a little bit of umbrage with Leiva and Keita in there, so we'll move them out. Willow said 2 of the best players we ever had. Torres just missed out. I agree with you, pal. It's very difficult to pick because it is subjective. It is what you like, and I suppose it often depends on what formation you want to go with as well. Right, anybody that wants me to recap on the news, I can see a few people coming in a little bit late that are talking about smokescreen. Let me just go back to exactly what that was about. So the Express have a piece up that reported Liverpool's stance on not signing Timo Werner could be a smokescreen to make a move for Jadon Sancho or Kai Havertz. As we previously reported here on the channel, the African Cup of Nations looks like it's going to be pushed back and it won't take place until 2022. So that will allow Liverpool to potentially just play as we are for next season with the players that we currently have at the club, and then go for a big summer the summer after and maybe try and get somebody like a Jadon Sancho, a Houssem Aouar, a Kai Havertz, somebody like that. I don't know. All I can say is, you know, this is what I've read, and I've read multiple things from multiple sources that kind of suggest that we are going to have a quiet summer and then back the manager massively. Now, I know people are going to come on already because I said this when I first read it as well. People are going to say, yeah, we heard that shit last summer. And you're right. We kind of did hear that we had to cut our cloth accordingly and we had to, you know, just make sure that our finances were in order. But nobody, including the owners, could have predicted what was about to unfold in the world, let alone in the world of football. And COVID-19 has absolutely fucked up football finances for a lot of clubs. And Liverpool are just trying to make sure that they do the sensible thing. And I understand the frustration and I want us to sign players as well. I really fucking do. But I do want the club to be around in 30, 40, 50 years time. And I don't know the finances well enough to tell you guys where the Champions League money went, where the Sky revenue or the television revenue went, where the Premier League prize money went. I don't know. I'm not qualified to talk about that. But I do want the club to be around, and I would rather always take a safer stance than a roll of the dice, because we've seen with the likes of Leeds and Bolton and Coventry and other clubs over the years who've just fallen down through the football pyramid. Clubs like Leeds we thought were too big to maybe get relegated. I mean, it's difficult because we want to sign players, but we also want the club to be around in 50 years' time. Joanne, thank you for the super chat, said, met John Barnes and was even on stage with him when he sang. I'd love to meet John Barnes. I've got loads of signed shirts and loads of signed Liverpool memorabilia, but I don't yet have a signed John Barnes one. But I'd love to be able to meet him at maybe a former player's show and get it signed myself there and get a picture with him. So lucky you, Joanne. I wish I got a chance to meet John Barnes. I've never seen a man who can wear a pair of shorts as well like that as John Barnes did with those shorts back in the 80s and early 90s. I mean, it looked like the shorts were screaming for mercy because of those big massive leg muscles of his. John Barnes, what a unit he was when he was playing. I mean, those Crown Paint shirt on John Barnes, the man was chiselled, an absolute Adonis back in the day. Who's my manager? That's a really good question. That's a really good question, because we've had some good managers. Roy Evans had Liverpool playing some fantastic stuff. Gerard Houllier changed the whole culture of the football club with the way that he kind of took players away from that drinking culture and implemented better nutrition and stuff. Then, of course, we had Rafael Benitez, who brought us the Champions League, but it has to be Jurgen Klopp. If I'm picking an owner there, it has to, or not an owner, excuse me, a gaffer, it has to be Jurgen Klopp. Very difficult decision. It has to be Kloppo. I mean, Kloppo looks like he's about to reign over the greatest period of Liverpool success in my time supporting the club. I can't really say my lifetime because I was born in 81 and we did win a shitload of stuff in the 80s, but I don't remember it. So yeah, I've gone with I've gone with Kloppo as the gaffer. I can't say Paisley or Shankly because again I wasn't around to see Paisley or Shankly or Fagan managing Liverpool Football Club. What else we got? Have you heard that Wolves owner, multimillionaire Nick Gurr has contracted the coronavirus? I haven't, but of course, we wish him a speedy recovery. And I hate to hear of anybody falling ill. So yeah, of course, we wish him a speedy recovery. Souness 100%, said Leon Khan. Yeah, Souness was an interesting one, wasn't he, when he was managing Liverpool, because he tried, I think, to clear players out a little bit too quickly, the likes of Beardsley and that, and he seemed to be getting rid of Irish players left, right and centre as well. I don't know. It's difficult to look back on Graham Souness' time as Liverpool manager, because I think he was somewhat unlucky, and then I think he was somewhat a bit too hurried in the decisions that he was trying to make, if that makes any sense. He made you say the N-word. Nobody made me say the N-word. Oh, because I said Nick Gurr. Well, that's two words that I clearly pronounced. And look, if that's bullshit, then look, I got caught in fair play. But to try and make somebody say a word like that, I mean, fucking hell. I mean, thanks for removing him, Brian. And yeah, fair play, you got me. Well done. But still, though, I mean, one, to use that phrase or to try and get somebody to say that disgusting fucking word, shame on you. And secondly, to make up that somebody has the coronavirus, I mean, you really are a sick fuck, but you have to live with your life, pal. I'm going to live my happy life. You have to live your pathetic, sad little existence. So, yeah, there you go. I mean, what can you say? I got done. Fair play. You caught me out for once. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. He didn't make me say the N-word. He made me say Nick Gurr. He didn't make me say the N-word because, you know, if I read the N-word, I'm not going to say it out, obviously. But anyway, we move on. More stuff to get through. Keep your comments coming, ladies and gents. We've got about 10 minutes left on tonight's stream, so whatever you want to say, keep it coming. Do you think Newcastle will spend money in this window? Said Nathan Simon Lohans. Yes. They've been linked with Felipe Coutinho. They've been linked with a move for Jadon Shaqiri. I have to get that name right because I know it annoys Crosby. Jadon Shaqiri. If the takeover goes through, and that takeover, to the best of my knowledge, has yet to be ratified. He has been banned, by the way. Don't worry about that. That gentleman has been banned. I say gentleman, he's a prick, but he's been banned. Sell Mane and bring Mbappe in, said Narvesh. If that was the case, I mean, if we had to sell one of our front three to bring in a Kylian Mbappe, I've said this before, I'd do it. I'd do it for a couple of reasons. One, the age difference and how long Mbappe could be at the club. And just, it's a difficult one. He's one of the few players that I ever would consider selling one of the front three for long term. But look, nobody wants to see Mo, Sadio or Bobby move on. Terry's in from Claude's channel. How are you, Terry? Said, hello everyone, hope you're well. So glad common sense prevailed and the Merseyside derby can be played at Goodison Park, where you can hopefully be crowned champions. Well deserved. Thank you very much, Terry. And I'm going to be on Claude's channel on Monday night for the Premier League preview show. Is that what it's called, Terry? Where we look ahead to the games that are coming up. I say the first round of Premier League games. The first second round of Premier League games. And I'm really looking forward to it. And as you can see on the screen, I've put the hot mic image back up, kind of as a little reminder for you guys to go and download the app, but also to let you guys know that Claude, Terry and the Bances are over on the app as well. So if you enjoy what we do, and I'm sure you enjoy Claude's a legend, of course, in football fan content. So make sure that you go over there, follow Claude and the lads, follow Mark Goldbridge, the Anfield Rap, Redmen TV, Lee Gunner's on there as well, as I said. Lee Chappie is on there. Expressions might be coming to the app. I'm not 100% sure what the situation is. But yeah, there's loads of great content providers on there. And we're closing in on 2,000 followers, which is massive for us. So if you want to help us out without having to put your hand in your pocket, please do download the Hot Mic app from either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store and put in the code Anfield, all capital letters. And then, of course, go through and make sure you follow us and all those guys as well. I always love going over and having a chat with Terry, Claude and Diesel, because they're just great fellas and they know their sport and they know their football in particular, and yeah, just really nice lads. And it's always a pleasure to talk to other football fans from other clubs. What have we got? Anthony Taylor's to be the referee for Arsenal versus City, said Richard Ascombe. Thank you, Richard. I didn't know who the ref was for that game, so I really do appreciate it. What have we got? Connor put something in that he wanted me to read out. Let me just read it through. Where's Connor's comment gone? It's weird seeing you from your own account, by the way. I'm so used to you being in here in the Anfield Agenda account. Connor has gone through the process of agendification, by the way. He did it at the very start. Did you see that guy, I'm going to give Connor all of my money, is linked with us? That guy, I'm going to give Connor all of my money, is linked with us, along with Mr. Newland Voider there. He's been linked with a move to us as well. Trust me, Crosby, if I did give you all of my money, it still wouldn't be half as much money as you already have, mate, because we know all you farmers are rich bitches. So, yeah, there you go. Right, let's keep going with the comments. About 8 minutes left on tonight's stream. I say about 8. It is exactly 8 minutes left. So keep your comments coming, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the road towards 40,000 subscribers on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, you want to help us out, please do hit that subscribe button as well. And just one more time before I forget tonight, just another massive fuck you to Toffee TV for the belittling of me on that video all those days back. And yeah, I am that pathetic that I'm not going to let it go. Because, fuck them. So there you go. Did I say fuck Toffee TV? By the way, I meant to say that. Excuse me if I forgot to say that. There is actually a Toffee TV channel. I know that they're so irrelevant that none of you guys probably know they exist. But, again, fuck Toffee TV. Oh, sorry. Did I not say it? Fuck Toffee TV. I probably didn't say that. Excuse me. Phil me anus. That's what you want me to say, isn't it? Go on, Phil. Fill me anus. Go on, son. Get in there. Every crevice, mate. Fill me anus. There's a gif. There's a clip for you. He's new and he's... Mate, if you subbed, I will call whatever name you want. You hit that subscribe button, I'll call you fucking Phil me anus. Whatever you want. You come up with whatever bullshit names you want, as long as you've hit the fucking subscribe button, pal. And then Phil McCrack as well, another great friend of the channel. I couldn't care at all if they had a channel today or ARN Gaming. What else is there? I can already see the fume. I can already hear the click, 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 click on the keyboards as they're over there ranting about me again because, I don't know. They got a little bit upset because I said bitters once and, actions speak for themselves anyway. So let's move on. Any close deals? Not that I'm aware of, mate, no. He said I really did sub. Good. Then we're all happy. Happy days. Craig, you really got to piss off those 4 viewers on Toffee TV, said Far Isle. I actually don't have a clue how many viewers they do get, because the only reason I ever watched that content was because somebody sent me a link to it and said, you might want to watch this, mate. And many, many moons ago, I did reach out to Toffee TV. God, it might be a year ago, maybe a little bit longer. Because there was a Merseyside derby coming up, and I was clicking, like I do with many other channels, putting a hand out to say, you know, do you want to do a stream? Do you want to come on, do a preview of the game together? And I never got a reply, and that's cool. I don't get replies from a lot of people, but yeah, that snidey little dig, it was pretty low, to be fair. And I've bitten my tongue about it for a very long time, and yeah, I'm not going to say any more because I've given them enough of my time. To just leave them to it. Did they delete that video on you? They re-edited the video, put it that way. They took out the first 2 minutes where they were basically belittling me, belittling where I'm from, belittling a lot of stuff about me, belittling my looks, whatever. They just mocked me, and it was completely unnecessary because it was supposed to be a piece about the biggest derby in English football, and somehow it ended up being 2 minutes about those lads slagging me off because I had the cheek to use the word bitters, and then they were stupid enough to think that I don't understand where the word comes from. I mean, they gave me absolutely no credit. Like, I'm just this dumb Irish gobshite that doesn't know anything about the city, the sport. They might want to look up the fucking history of their city and, you know, realise that a lot of us Irish actually went over and made up the city. You know, names like Carragher, Rooney, do they ring any fucking bells, perhaps? Did you see the Liverpool match? I didn't see it, Tyler, mate. No, I'd seen the clips of the goals, but I didn't see the entire game. Bobby plays, I am fucking brilliant, thank you, mate. How are you? Lovely to see you in. One of their titles of their videos, Delph a doubt for Merseyside Derby. Who the fuck is Delph? Actually, Yerry Mina, I think, is a doubt as well for the Merseyside Derby. I remember reading last week that I think he picked up a muscle injury, if my memory serves me correct. So, yeah, that's another player that seems to be out for that one. Matip or Gomez to be first choice next season, said Davey Fisher. I'm going to have to go with Joe Gomez, Davey, because he is, as we all know, the man that Jurgen Klopp thinks will come in and be the partner for Virgil van Dijk for many years to come. So I'd have to say Gomez, mate. Although look, Matip is great to have as a backup, and when he comes in, I've no doubt he'll do a cracking job. But yeah, it is that one. Leon Khan said, full-time Devils bullied Mark, and now who's laughing? I see similarities between you and Toffee TV. There aren't really any similarities between us and Toffee TV, mate, because we're relevant. They aren't. That's my take on it. If they have to resort to that level of belittling to try and get themselves out there, then so be it. But the reason I didn't bite on it at the time was because I just didn't want to give them any free fucking publicity. And look, I mean, nobody can argue about Mark's success, and it is fully vindicated and deserved, because I don't know anybody, maybe outside of Robbie from AFTV, I don't know anybody like with the work ethic that Robbie and Mark have. Whether you like people's content or not, those two men are fucking, they're just machines when it comes to work. They really are. They put content out there massively for the love of it. Obviously they make a few bob, and that's grand because they've earned their stripes in the way. But yeah, look, to me, I mean, I think I have a good work ethic, but when I look at what Mark does and what Robbie at AFTV does, they crank out content. And yeah, fair play, credit where it's due. Like, what have we got? I subscribe, said Bino Skittle 96. I have to read every name carefully now just in case, but thank you, pal. Really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we were supposed to take tonight off, but news broke. The friendly happened today and some stories came out, so we did do a stream tonight. The plan is that we're going to take tomorrow off, and we will be back on Saturday. We're going to do the Mallorca versus Barcelona game. It's on La Liga TV, which I believe is free. I'm no in Ireland. That was part of my package, but I think at this moment in time, maybe someone in the UK can help me out. I think it is free, or at least they're showing some games free on Premier Sports, which is the channel I think that hosts La Liga TV in the UK. But we're going to be covering that game on Saturday night, Mallorca versus Barcelona. It's a 9 p.m. kickoff UK time. Make sure that you download the Hot Mic app if you're going to come over and check it out, because I know you'll have watch-alongs on YouTube, but I promise you, if you enjoy them on YouTube, you're going to really, really enjoy them over on Hot Mic. So please do download that app. Link in the description. Use the code that you see on the screen there now. Fury or Joshua, said Leon Can. Fury, I think, Leon, if I'm being honest with you, mate. I hope to attend that fight, wherever it is. If it's in Saudi Arabia, if it's in China, if it's in America, I'm genuinely going to try and go to a pal, because I'm a massive boxing fan, and that's going to be one of the biggest fights of my era. So yeah, I hope to get there. But look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say goodnight to you all. I will see you on Saturday for the Barcelona game. Again, download the Hot Mic app, hit the subscribe button before you head off, and give us a massive thumbs up as well. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Thank you so much for all of your comments. Welcome to all of our new members as well. If you haven't become a member yet, all you have to do is hit that join button that you can see on the screen there now. You get all the use of the cool Anfield Agenda emojis, our custom badges, and of course you get to join the Anfield Agenda Discord group. If you haven't already joined that group and you are a member, just check out the community tab on our YouTube page, and there is a link there to come and join the Discord group. Again, it is only available to members of the channel. Thank you so much for all your love and support. I will chat to you guys on Saturday. Up the motherfucking Reds. Love to you all.